The way you cook your eggs can completely transform them from a heart-healthy food into a cardiovascular concern. This isn't an exaggeration. The cooking method and what you add during preparation can matter more than the egg itself. Let me show you exactly how to prepare eggs in the healthiest ways possible. Let's start with the methods that add absolutely zero fat: poaching, boiling, and baking. When you poach an egg, you're cooking it directly in simmering water. There's no oil, no butter, nothing added. You get the complete nutrition of the egg with no additional saturated fat. The same goes for hard-boiled or soft-boiled eggs. You're simply cooking the egg in its shell. These methods preserve all the nutrients while keeping the saturated fat content limited to what's naturally in the egg itself, that 1.6 grams we talked about earlier. Baking eggs in muffin tins is another brilliant zero-fat method. You can whisk eggs with vegetables, pour them into silicone or nonstick muffin cups, and bake them. You end up with perfectly portioned egg cups that you can grab throughout the week. No added fat, lots of vegetables for extra nutrition and volume, and incredible convenience. Now let's talk about methods that add minimal fat. If you want scrambled eggs or an omelet, you can use a high-quality nonstick pan with just a light coating of cooking spray. We're talking about a fraction of a gram of added fat. You can also try something fascinating: frying eggs in water instead of oil. Yes, water. You heat a nonstick pan, add a thin layer of water, crack in your egg, and cover it. The steam cooks the egg, and you get a texture remarkably similar to oil-fried eggs without any added fat. Contrast this with traditional frying methods. When you fry an egg in butter, every tablespoon of butter adds 2.5 to 3.3 grams of saturated fat. If you're using 2 tablespoons to cook a couple of eggs, you've just added 6 grams of saturated fat to a meal that only needed to have 3.2 grams if you'd used 2 eggs. You've nearly tripled the saturated fat content. Cooking with bacon grease is even worse because you're adding the saturated fat from pork fat. Here's where people often go wrong. They think they need butter or oil for flavor. But you don't. Fresh herbs like basil, cilantro, or dill add incredible flavor. Spices like smoked paprika, cumin, or turmeric can transform scrambled eggs. Incorporating vegetables directly into your eggs, like sautéed spinach, tomatoes, mushrooms, and peppers, provides flavor, texture, and nutrients without adding problematic fats. Let me give you a practical example. Say you want an omelet. Instead of cooking it in butter with cheese inside, try this. Use a non-stick pan with cooking spray. Sauté vegetables first in a tiny amount of olive oil if needed, then pour in beaten eggs. Fold it over and you have a delicious, satisfying omelet with maybe 1 or 2 grams of added fat instead of 10 or 15 grams. Silicone egg rings are another great tool. They let you create perfectly shaped fried eggs without needing oil. You place the ring in your pan, spray it lightly, crack the egg inside, and cook. The result looks like a restaurant-quality egg with minimal added fat. The taste concern is real, I understand. People love the richness that butter provides. But when you use flavorful vegetables, herbs, and spices, you create satisfaction through complexity of flavor rather than through fat. It's a different approach, but it works remarkably well once you adjust.